Hey guys, it's your Tech Girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Yes, I know, ang ganda ng intro natin dahil ang ganda rin naman ng smartphone na pag-uusapan natin ngayon. This is the OPPO Find X7 Ultra. And yes, from the name itself, Ultra, this is actually the brand's camera-focused flagship phone this 2024. Actually, trivia lang guys, itong OPPO Find X7 Ultra nila is the very first smartphone of theirs na Ultra yung pangalan. Previously, if you remember, yung OPPO Find X6, X5, lahat yon Pro lang. So, ang tanong, having the naming Ultra, deserve kaya niya? Let's find out. Let's talk about first its gorgeous two-toned design. I know style is very subjective. Yung colorway na meron ako is called the Ocean Blue. And as you can see, we got the navy vegan leather below. And then medyo may pagka-high gloss white finish naman on top. Actually, sobrang laki nung kanyang camera array. But aside from this camera array, personally, I think it is one of the best looking flagship devices. It is also a really huge and heavy phone, weighing at 221 grams. By the way, isa sa mga nagpabigat sa phone na to is yung kanyang aluminum frame. It has a really premium build, same feel that I felt with other flagship devices I've held in the past. But take note, kahit na ganito siya, it still is comfortable to hold. And as expected, since we are talking about a flagship phone, very flagship din yung accessories na kasama sa kanya. Yes, Chinese din yung tech sa kanyang smaller box because this device is a China ROM only. Meaning, the only country you can get this device is in China. Anyway, this is what I wanted to show you guys. The free case, it's in all blue and also in a soft jelly case. Now, if you want a bit more of a comparison when it comes to sizing, it is very similar with the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Yun nga lang, I feel like the OPPO Find X7 Ultra is a bit more comfortable to hold for every day. Although, I think the only con, or I think the only thing I can nitpick right now, it's a bit top-heavy because again, of the really huge camera. Anyway, yung mga buttons natin like the lock, volume controls, nasa usual spot siya, which is on the right side. On the left, andito yung favorite ko, which is the OnePlus style alert slider. This toggles to silent or not your device and even for a VIP mode. Actually, nasa kanyan lahat, ultimo yung IP68 water and dust rating. Yes, kahit na may slider siya sa gilid, they were still able to put this. Now, earlier I told you that this smartphone is a photography-based phone. If it's not yet obvious by its H symbol in front, that means Hasselblad, from which I know you guys are already familiar with. Actually, ang tagal ng ginagawa ng OPPO to with their Find X series. Apat yung 50 megapixels camera niya and 32 megapixels naman yung selfie shooter niya. And this also has autofocus. The reason why the lens is really huge is because yung main camera niya guys is a 1-inch Sony LYT 900 sensor. And then for zooming in, meron kayong dalawang options or dalawang periscope lenses. The first one offers a 3x optical zoom, and then yung isa naman is a 6x optical zoom. And from which all of these cameras I mentioned has an OIS. I think the reason why ang ganda talaga ng output ng OPPO Find X7 Ultra is because OPPO developed the Hypertone image engine partnered with their camera maker Hasselblad. Ang kinaganda pa nito, they were able to utilize the partnership and were able to put a Hasselblad master mode that will allow you to shoot in RAW, tweak your ISO, shutter speed, EV, focus, white balance, and many more. And if you haven't saw it already, recently again, I went to Thailand and specifically in Chiang Mai. It's where I was able to fully utilize the cameras. And in fairness, as expected, I was really impressed with the shots captured by the OPPO Find X7 Ultra. And kahit ano pang lighting conditions, the images look really sharp, clean, and again, realistic yung colors. And then when you are filming videos naman, you can also shoot 4K at 60 FPS in all cameras. including the front camera. And in fairness, it has a really great stabilization across the board. Yun nga lang, I am a bit surprised na this device doesn't shoot or support 8K resolution. Although I know a huge percentage pa rin of users don't use this. Pero kasi if you are a photo or video enthusiast, sobrang helpful nito. Considering na rin yung competition natin right now, most flagship devices already has this. Overall, I think yung camera ng OPPO Find X7 Ultra is a great package. Maganda yung color balance niya, and personally, I like the output more compared to Xiaomi's. Especially if we were to talk about portrait and even front camera. Overall, I think this device can hold its own against its competitors, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and even the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now, hindi lang siya photography-focused phone. Actually, it is a complete package. It's not just mostly about the camera, because the OPPO Find X7 Ultra also has a 6.8-inch AMOLED display that goes up to 120Hz. This also supports Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and even can go up to 2,600 nits of peak brightness. Wala akong masabi sa ganda ng display niya. Kahit na sobrang tirik ng araw sa Chiang Mai, hindi ako nahirapan when it comes to shooting photos and videos and even scrolling through my social media. Siguro if I were to, nitpick again, it's really just the curved display, and alam niyo naman yung feelings ko when it comes to this. Although hindi ganun kadalas yung mistouches, pero I'm sure in the future, medyo tricky siya to handle without accidental touches. Now, software naman tayo, which is also one of the things I would like to point out. Again, sabi ko nga sa introduction pa lang ng video natin, this hasn't been launched internationally. This means if you are in the Philippines right now, in the US, or anywhere else in the world aside from China, hindi siya ganun kadalhing bilhin unless of course you will opt for the gray market. And yung version din ng ColorOS niya is of course for the Chinese market. So yes, yung Google services is disabled by default, but it's not like Huawei devices na impossible to download. Madali lang din naman siyang i-sign load, which is kind of the usual process here in the studio dahil madalas may mga China ROMs talaga tayong unit. And once na nakapag-download na tayo ng mga Play Store, Gmail, basta any Google apps, and then after downloading all the Google applications that I needed, syempre madali ko na rin na-download yung mga social media applications. And so far, after 2 weeks of using this device, wala naman ako naging issues when it comes to notifications for the most part. Memory management is also aggressive. Nakakuha na rin ako ng isang update during my use. And speaking of update, from what I know, this device will get 4 platform updates and 5 years of security patches. And then when it comes to performance, I already know naman in the first place that this will be a performer. Since this has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, it is indeed a powerhouse. Kahit na rin naka-max out na yung settings natin in any game, I was able to play through with ease. Yung device that I'm currently reviewing has a 12GB with 256GB of storage. Not the highest one available right now, pero meron din siyang isa pa which has a 16GB variant. And while gaming, I forgot to mention yung speakers niya is also very loud. Siguro dahil flagship phone rin naman siya, expected siya to have really good audio output. It has better bass response than most flagship phones, which also adds to a really good gaming experience. Buti na lang din maganda yung audio dahil kahit wala siyang headphone jack, at least, 'di ba? Maganda naman yung audio output niya. Now, when it comes to battery longevity, actually, it's not much of my concern. Nagamit ko rin siya as a personal hotspot, hindi lang as my main device. While I was in Chiang Mai, marami rin akong dalang iba't ibang smartphones like their new Reno. So, ito yung pang-hotspot ko rin, aside from it being my main device. Hindi lang yun, it also comes with a really fast 100 watts wall charger. 50% agad yung nakuha ko in just 10 minutes and hindi pa umabot ng kalahating oras na fully charged na namin ito agad. This also supports 50 watts of wireless speed. So yup, to be able to maximize this, you will also be needing a specific fast wireless charger. course, the question is, should you buy it? So, despite it not being available globally, gusto ko pa rin tong sagutin para sa inyo. Syempre, makakatulong pa rin to, lalong-lalo na if ever they release a new Find X device and then nilabas na nila ito globally. Hoping lang naman ako and of course, manifesting. Kasi sayang talaga. I really do think the Find X series has what it takes to compete with other flagship devices. You shouldn't buy it, syempre, kapag gusto nyo ng official warranty. Mahirap yan kapag hindi nyo binili sa Philippines mismo. Pangalawa, syempre, kung gusto nyo ng madaling gamitan na software. Hindi masyadong madali, again, kahit anong brand pa yan, basta China raw. Now, another aspect is, you should buy this. Actually, ang dami. You want one of the best camera package, lalong-lalo na rin if you are a big fan of leather back design. And lastly, you want a vibrant 120Hz curved AMOLED display. Anyway, if I remember it correctly, yung last global launch nila ng Find X is the X5 Pro. Pero doon na nag-stop yun, yung X6, tas itong X7 Ultra, hindi na nila ni-launch. Anyway guys, there's more to come. Actually, yung mga next upcoming reviews natin will also be about OPPO since they also recently launched the OPPO Reno 12 series. So yep, that's basically it. Again, it's your Tech Girl Mary and see you in our next video. Bye!